Hi guys, it's Chantal with Wildberry Quilting, and today we are doing the Oak Grove Square Quiltalong. So let's get started. All right, so now we are going to be sewing together the mushrooms that are in the cross shape in the center. Now I reversed my fabrics by mistake because I cut one the wrong size and I had to cut it from the other side. So these mushrooms I am going to be making with these fabrics. Anytime you make a mistake with your cutting, it's good to always check and see if you can just switch it around and use the pieces that you cut for a different part of your quilt. Especially if you ended up cutting to where you don't have enough fabric to do the quilt otherwise. And we are just snowballing these into the two top corners. And this is going to be the caps of our mushrooms. Now, if you don't have one of these guides, you are going to need to draw your lines on your fabric. This just cuts out that step and makes it a little bit easier so that you can go a little bit faster. Alright, now again, remember that my background is going to be brown on this, not the lighter color. So these lighter colors are the stems of my mushrooms. And we are going to be taking these and we are going to be joining them like this, and then one on the other side as well. Alright, now this is going to be the little umbrella shape underneath our mushroom cap. I forget what that piece of the mushroom is called, but we are going to be snowballing, or rather making flying geese, using these little bitty background pieces on either side. Now, I've been using these little bitty garage sale tags to label my pieces, since this quilt does not give A, B, C, D any kind of directions for labeling the quilt pieces. And that way I could just label what each of the sizes measured. If you've got a better system than that, I would love to hear it. Or if you've got a better recommendation than these little garage sale stickers, then I would love to hear that too, because these guys just don't stick all that well and they tend to fall off, and then I don't know what is what anymore. Alright, so now we have these cute little mushroom pieces, and we are going to be attaching these onto both sides. You'll often see me using a little piece of leader fabric, and that is just so that there's no chance that my fabrics get sucked up into the machine when I'm starting the piece. I find it to be very helpful. And I just get these little scrap pieces of leader and ender fabric from whatever projects I've been working on. they are the little cut-off pieces, or sometimes I'll use the pieces of salvage as my leaders and enders, and sometimes I'll use the little cut-off pieces that you trim up after you've quilted a project. I like to try to get as much use out of everything that I can, and even though these little scraps end up going into the trash afterwards, at least I kept them out of the trash for a little bit longer, and I got a little bit more use out of them before they went there. Alright, now we have our background pieces and our mushroom stems, and we're going to be attaching them like this to either side of our stem. Alright guys, I made a boo-boo here, and I attached these mushroom stems before attaching these little bitty baby guys to the corners to round off the bottoms of my mushrooms. I didn't want to unpick everything on all of these pieces, so I just unpicked this little bitty part at the bottom big enough to go ahead and snowball these, and that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to make that correction and then come back and see you. Alright, so we have these cute little pieces, and we're going to be sewing these pieces right over the top of these, not the other way around. We are not sewing them like this. We are going to be sewing them like this. Alright, now we have our mushroom caps, and we are going to be attaching them to the tops of these, just like this. Now we're going to be attaching the bottoms of our mushrooms to the tops, just like this, and we are almost done. Alright guys, so this is the reveal of our mushroom block. Well, our first set of mushroom blocks for our Oak Grove Square quilt sew along. Remember to hit the bell icon so you are notified whenever I post the next portion of the sew along, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe. I'll see you again next time. Bye!